My name is Dwayne Siever, the founder and creator of the Real Milk Paint Company, and today we're going to talk about how to finish your butcher block countertops and woodenware items in your home. This will be both for end grain and side grain of your countertops, whether you have sink cutouts, and how to prepare and treat those areas. We're mainly going to talk about the tung oil products, the Dark Tung Oil, the Pure Tung Oil, and the mix of Citrus Solvent and tung oil together. You can use either any of all of these products. Mainly we're going to just focus on using the Pure Tung Oil and Citrus Solvent, so I'm going to set this one off to the side for now. We're going to start right away with the Citrus Solvent half and half. And one of the things we do is we seal these bottles on the inside with a foil seal like this. Well, you don't have to peel off that seal in order to get the product out of here. All you got to do is punch a little hole in it so that you can squeeze it out, and then we're going to squeeze it into the container here so we can use it. The reason why you want to use a container like this rather than a plastic cup is because the citrus solvent itself is a strong enough solvent that it could potentially dissolve a plastic cup. So we're going to start with that. On the end grain of the countertop, which is here, we're going to use some Pure Tung Oil there. The reason why we want to use the Pure Tung Oil there is because these are like end grain of wood is like little straws. It's going to drink a lot of that oil up. Whereas a side grain isn't going to drink as much up. So we want to use the thinned product, the citrus solvent. But we're going to put a little bit in the cup here in order to use it for the end grain there. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell the viscosity of the two products here, but if you look at them you can see one is definitely thicker. You know, as they tilt back and forth here, you can see how much thicker they are. So this is almost the viscosity of a motor type oil. So first let's hit the end grain here with the tung oil. And you take a look, you'll see that this is probably going to soak in pretty well. And the reason why we're doing this with the Pure Tung Oil is like I said before, is because this is like little straws here and it'll drink this up. So this you would do on your end grain cutouts around your sink countertops before you would put your sinks in, and or your wooden bowls that you would have that would be, you know, end grain and side grain. Then for the top here, application of the citrus solvent, where you can just use the same brush because this is already thinned. There's so little material there of the tung oil and citrus solvent mixed, it's not going to be too thick. So you can see how that's flowing on there. Pure Tung Oil is one of the most waterproof natural drying oils on the market. Oils are basically classified in two categories: drying and non-drying oils. A lot of people will treat their countertops and butcher blocks with mineral oil. Mineral oil is a petroleum product, which actually comes from oil. So, and it's also classified as a non-drying oil. So that means, yeah, it may make the wood look good for a while, but it really doesn't offer any real protection to the wood at all. The other oils that you'll see people frequently use is like olive oil and various vegetable oils. You have to be careful about the vegetable oils because a lot of them are non-drying oils too. And what happens with non-drying oils is they actually go rancid. Now, people ask about tung oil. Some people think, oh, you know, I've heard people even say it's an animal product. It comes from the tongues of animals, and but actually it comes from the tung nut. And that tung nut grows in two parts of the world. It grows in China and South America. The Chinese oil tends to have a much better drying rate, and it's actually a tougher oil. So all the natural oils out there on the market, Pure Tung Oil is the toughest, most waterproof oil there is, yet it's FDA approved for food contact, and it's natural and it's safe. Now this is going to take some time for this to soak in, especially on this. We're going to look in the end here and see how that's drawing in. You can probably see some places. I missed some spots there, so we'll go touch them up. And usually what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for 30 or 40 minutes, and then we're going to come back, and it's all going to be drawn into the wood. So you would do this application on this top here 3, 4, or 5 times until it eventually draws in. I mean, if you come across with the camera and you look here, you can see where it's already got some dry spots, where it's already soaked in. You can see all these spots here. Are they showing up? You can see them in there, those dry spots. So those dry spots are where it's already soaked into the wood already. So what we want to do is we're going to keep coating this, across here, and we want to fill in those spots where it's already soaked in. And the reason why that happens is the grain of the wood has various it rolls, some of it's end grain, some of it's side grain, and we just want to keep feeding this wood. Just feed and feed and feed it. Because what we're effectively doing here is wood, because it was one time a living tissue of a tree, it actually had water in it that filled those cells. Well, that water is no longer there anymore, so what we're doing is we're filling those cells of the wood with oil. So the citrus solvent evaporates. It's a natural solvent, comes from the peel of the orange. That evaporates and it leaves the oil behind. So the oil, once it polymerizes in the cells of the wood, it almost forms like a surface, like a cast iron frying pan. You're seasoning, it's like seasoning the wood. And once it's in there, it's going to stay until it's belt sanded or chemically removed to come out of there. The other beautiful thing about the citrus solvent and tung oil mix is that when the surface just needs touch up, you just do a light cleaning and give it another coat. It's not ever going to blister and peel or flake away like a polyurethane would or some other type of surface type product. So again, you can see here some more soaking in to this area, and so we're just going to keep feeding those spots over and over and over again where it's soaking into the wood. We're going to do this for probably anywhere from 40 minutes to 2 hours. Just keep coming back and feed and feed and feed and feed. And then once we're done with that, in the end, you'll get about 80% surface coverage. And eventually you'll still be some spots on here that are drawn in, but you want this to be basically 80% glossy. So then we would take a rag or a paper towel at that point, and we would wipe off any of the excess on the surface and just make sure that that's picked up all that excess oil. Now I'm wiping this way ahead of time because this isn't quite ready yet, but just as an example, you're going to come back and you're going to wipe the surface off completely so that there's no standing puddles of oil on the surface. And then you wait overnight and then come back and do an application again, just like we did with the 50-50 mix, over the surface again, and keep feeding it. Then it takes about 7 to 10 days for a partial cure. During that time period, you can use the top. You just want to be careful about letting objects sit on here, overnight. Just keep the surface clean. If you get any water spots or drips, wipe them up, and just let it cure for about 7 to 10 days. Then this will be pretty hard, and it'll be polymerized, and it'll be ready for full use in about 15 to 30 days. And you can throw whatever you want at it, aside from like acid or some crazy kind of product. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and this brings you a lot more light on how to apply tung oil and citrus solvent for an all-natural finish on your butcher block countertops and oils. And come visit our website, realmilkpaint.com, to find all the things you need, including brushes, tung oil, citrus solvent, and other various natural products. Thank you very much.